goes to downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April, or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
And off we go from Denver. A beautiful fake. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. Leading him out is their rookie quarterback. The young man. Out of Miami.
And we knew from the moment the commissioner called his name on draft night, and by the way, laid a pretty good hug on the commissioner going across the stage. But we knew he had a chance to be the starter week 1. He dove right into the playbook, ingratiated himself with his teammates, and that's exactly how things have played out.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Ready? 19, shot.
Play fake, here's Ward. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Got it. Ready?
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here we go. Shot. 60.
On 3rd down, here's Spears. And he will have the Titans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
He's worked relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles, and his feet never stop moving.
Get it. Like.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
To throw is Nix. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. 23 yards the pickup there. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out, you've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Nick's going to keep this himself. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now a 2nd and 10. Nix to the air. On the slant, completes to Sutton. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They go back to the ground with Dalvin. He appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Hold on a sec. Ready.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will fight his way into the end zone for the Bronco touchdown. Jerome McLaughlin taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. So a great start. They force the turnover on the other side, and they take it down the field on their first drive and finish it off with a short touchdown run.
Nice and efficient, excellent job blocking, finds the gap and barrels into the end zone. Great way to finish off that drive.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And able to get this out to the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw is Ward. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
They toss it now to Pollard. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Let's go now. 60 bites.
Throwing is Ward. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He'll try and do this himself. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Marvin Mims deep for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken around the 12. A 46-yard boot with just 36, following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Now it's Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off the play fake. Nix. And his throw is incomplete.
Look, there is a certainty in this game. We know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
Here's a quick throw out to Mims. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw, here's Nix. That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, out is the rookie 6th-round pick, Jeremy Crawshaw, to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. Now issues here on the snap. It is away, but he did not get all of it. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Ward. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1. And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ward. And he gets this one Ridley complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. And he's going to use his legs here. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Hit and dropped behind the line by Dre Greenlaw. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Ward now working out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 35. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And will follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage.
But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
You can
you'll see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
Nice job understanding the situation. Third and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. It gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a fourth down.
Sly on for the field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Denver's offense ready to go again. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing, Nix. This one complete. It's Devon Vele. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
That's good. Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Nick's going to tap this forward. On this one, may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And he's got room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Wow. That ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, choked the count, and turned it into a really nice play for the defense.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Nix. And that went off the mark. A little late with a throw. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A quick throw out to Lockett. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run forward with Pollard. Fancy footwork in midfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 53 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
At the 36-yard line.
Facing short yardage on 3rd down, but he was able to pick up a very sizable gain.
He certainly was, and I think that maybe they were fooled a little bit because you and I both know this is a passing league, and that's not normally a running down, and they fooled him with it. Safety had to make the play. Otherwise, he's still running, and the next thing, he runs right into the goalpost.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
So that's what that elbow on my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Gravity Lions.
To throw, here's Ward. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
Bronco 80.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Get it.
Now the Michigan man, Khalil Mullins. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Khalil Mullins with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Titans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Nick's going to keep this himself. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans now just about ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. Second and 9 now from the 21. Off the play fake, Ward. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack.
He saw the pressure and he got out, but he never got upfield. And the defense, they took full advantage of a rookie mistake there. They were able to add a big loss on the sack.
3rd and 19. Now Ward. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is fielded at the 27. A great return there, 22 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So the Broncos coming out now. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
But you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings. But at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Looking to throw. Nix. They'll set up the screen. It's McLaughlin. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing. They were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nix. He'll try and do this himself. Oh, Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And the Titans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try. Shedding the tackle and gives him some room. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now, Ward. Returning right back to Lockett. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go. Strike.
2nd and 1. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch, either covering with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense, because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Sly able to put this one through. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the 3rd quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Boy, shifts past him. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. So out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Ready.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's Dobbins on the out route, bringing it in. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to have the first down and then some. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll go play action with Nix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Trent Sherfield, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have retaken a third-quarter lead. To try to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
At the 33-yard line.
Second down, Pollard again. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Off the bootleg, Ward. And a quick throw there is incomplete. Van Jefferson was the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. On play action, Ward. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
It's a gain of 35. And the Titans first down.
Ready! Cougar 19!
Out of the gun, Ward. And his pass incomplete.
Well, plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm was just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try and sneak it here. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. To throw is Ward. He finds his man, Pollard. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tajay Spears, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to sack their opponents.
And he loses the football a second time. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Nick's going to keep this himself. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Returnable for Lockett. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense set to go again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
60 Eagles, 60
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
2nd and 10.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. So here's a 3rd and 14. Play action. It's Ward. He'll try and do this himself. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory.
Hold on a second. Ready? 180. Behind.
Nix to the air. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
Yeah, big play there. When you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. The give is to McLaughlin. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. To throw, here's Nix. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Will Lutz on for the field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. 54 yards. And the Titans take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So a pretty wild turn of events there. Instead of a sure 3 points, it's 6 the other direction.
And if you're kicking in the NFL, that should be pretty much automatic, but I don't think that's on him at all. The protection broke down. That led to the block.
Slide for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score 27, Broncos 17.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Gets around him. Now it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Well, we get another look now at this Broncos offense. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown, that field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Hold on, son. Ready. My name is Hunt.
Now it's Nix. Quick hitch, complete. It's Franklin. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Nix. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Nix. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton.
Nix's pass complete to Cortland Sutton. A gain of 14 yards. Brings up.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing Nix. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL. But if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by Amari Hooker. And the Titans are right back in this football game. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Hold on, son. Ready. My name is Hunt.
On the handoff, McLaughlin. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
You take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He's been terrific. Up over 100 yards now for the game.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play.
The previous play is under review.
And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field
So that
stands.
challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
Hold on, set. Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That one caught by Ford. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still first down.
Hold on, set. Ready. 180, 100.
Operating from the gun. Nix. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's number one goal is to throw that timing off.
He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Hold on, set.
Nix from the shotgun. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. The kick by Lutz is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
To throw, here's Ward.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Ward off the play fake. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They'll look to set up his blockers. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Denver's offense now set to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he rifles one incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. A short throw to Ingram. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. 55 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. One play action, here's Nix. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Evan Ingram, 26 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball
comes out. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball. 2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold onto the football while being jostled?
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Ready? Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
They'll run forward, Pollard. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there unsuccessful, and that means that he'll be out of challenges from the remainder of this ball game. Dobbins running out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Open man right side is Ingram. They give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
2nd and 1. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Coverage by Cedric Gray.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. J.K. Dobbins, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. And they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Lutz good on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Able to slither by. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out come the Titans now. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Looking to put a drive together. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 96 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there, just like last play. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So the penalty there for a block in the back.
And that's when we normally see a blocker put his hands up right away to say, no, I didn't do it. But this time, yes, you did.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Scoop.
Throwing now, Ward. Now he's going to step up and run. That's dumped off to Pollard. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads. Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now Ward. It's complete to Lockett. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
That's out to the left and complete.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Broncos, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.